This is Coyote News.
The basketball schedules for both the men's and the women's teams have arrived. The men will kick off with a home opener against Mount Marty on November 6th. They'll have a total of 14 home games with notable tournaments in the Arizona Tip-Off and the Big Sky Summit Challenge. The women will kick off with a home opener as well for the second straight season. They'll face off against Northern State on November 6th and will have a total of 16 home games. They'll also be in action in the Battle for Atlantis tournament and the Big Sky Challenge. Season tickets for Coyote basketball are on sale now and can be purchased online or by calling the USD ticket office. The Coyote D1 teams have started their seasons and the intramural seasons are kicking off too. Coyote News' Sydney Colon is live in the muck with more. Sydney?
Thanks, Spencer. I'm here live with Braden Eisenhower, graduate assistant for intramurals. So intramurals have already kicked off for the season. Are there any changes for intramurals for this year compared to years past?
I would say not too many. For the most part, it's the same as it has been in the past. We did get new goals on our soccer field as well as a sprinkler system on our soccer field. So we're excited with those upgrades that make our soccer field a little better playing surface this year.
And volleyball, football, and soccer have already kicked off. Are there ways for students to still register for these sports?
Unfortunately, those sports registrations have closed, but with the playoffs coming up soon for those, we will be starting our second block of sports after those have been completed, and we'll have registrations up for those shortly.
Are there any other sports that are open at all besides the ones previously mentioned?
Not at the moment. The esports does have some events taking place. We do have a golf scramble taking place tomorrow, but that registration unfortunately closed last night as well. Other than that, we try to put posters out and about when we do have one-day events. Other than that, keep your eye out for those kind of things, and we'll have those out in the next few weeks.
And are there any other ways for students to be involved in intramurals without technically being involved in the sport?
Yes, we have, like I mentioned, our esports is still technically kind of involved with our intramurals, so they can go to the esports arena and there's certain leagues there, or they can just play whatever they want, free games and stuff like that at our esports arena. Then like one-day events, we have some of those. Those don't always include the sports that were mentioned. We've had ping pong and tennis previously already happened as one-day events, and we'll have some more of those coming up, racquetball and things like that.
And where can students go to get more information about intramurals?
They can go to the Wellness Center, or I think that's our main place is the Wellness Center, and they'll direct them from there.
Thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Live in the muck for Coyote Sports, I'm Sydney Colon.
Thanks, Sydney. USD students can participate in more than 35 intramural sporting events each year.
For the first poll of the semester, we asked our ex-followers, formerly known as Twitter, how fast they could eat a dome dog. Looks like out of the options, under 10 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute, or no dome dogs for me, most followers said...
Drum roll, please. 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
I don't know. That's a hot take, because I think that most people fail to realize that dome dogs are bigger than normal hot dogs.
That's
They're not
true.
those little small size you get from the grocery store.
Not the traditional kind. No, absolutely not. I think I could maybe do under a minute, but that's a close call for me.
A minute at best for me. So
it's a tough one.
Yeah.
For more polls, check out our social media at USD Coyote News.
That's it for Coyote Sports.
When we come back, we ask students what their best pickup lines are. Stay with us.
Coyote News.
First dates are scary, but a memorable first impression always helps.
In this week's Out and About, we asked students to tell us their best pickup line. Here's what they had to say.
If you let me borrow a kiss, I promise I'll give it right back.
Can I have your jersey? She like, what you mean? Like your name and your number? Riz.
I ain't gonna lie, I stole this one. It's a good one. It's like, what's your jersey number? Can I get your name and number? Works every time.
Do you like sales? Because clothes are 100% off at my place.
If I could put you and I together, if I could, hang on.
Are you a goldfish? Because you're a snack that smiles back.
Hey, my friend over there thinks you're cute.
Girl, if I could rearrange the alphabet, I'd put you and I together.
If you were a booger, I'd pick you first.
They say dating is a number game, so can I get yours?
Hey, how are you?
Hey girl, are you a chicken? Because you're impeccable.
You must be the square root of -1 because you can't be real.
Are you a library book? Because I've been checking you out all day.
Don't look at me like that.
Probably like, how you doing? Like Joey says it on Friends.
Do you play soccer because you look like a keeper?
I normally just go with, I'm hot, let's go skating. It works.
I think that God must have taken the 2 brightest stars and put them in your eyes.
You know what this made out of? Boyfriend material.
Wow. Would any of those work on you?
It might. It's not necessarily what you say, but how you say it.
Oh.
You know?
See, for me, I'm a little bit more classy.
Donuts aren't just a sweet treat for humans. Last week, 2 bears were caught munching on a few in a Krispy Kreme delivery van. The van was stopped in front of a convenience store on a military base in Alaska. The bears enjoyed their snack until base security set off a siren that scared them away. The delivery driver has since learned to close the door to the van when bringing in deliveries.
Okay, that bear was 100% in the right.
Yeah.
I love Krispy Kreme, and I'd be taking those donuts any day of the week.
For real.
It's always a bear, too. No other animal. Always a bear, every time.
Original.
That's all for Coyote News.
Check out the Volant for an update on the construction of the new university pool.
Listen to 91.1 for news updates throughout the week and for coverage of your USD sports.
And follow our social media pages for updates throughout the week. Have a great night.